So welcome, Dan Lee. I think I have to tell a quick story that when we met, you gave me a term sheet very quick, and the company had 3 million of EBITDA, and they just started growing too fast for you, for your credit check. But I appreciated your responsiveness then, and as a fellow Wolverine, you've always been greatly responsive. And welcome. If you could kindly introduce yourself and share some wisdom.
Thank you, Mark. Well, I really appreciate the chance to be here. Thank you. So Dan Lee with Comvest Credit Partners. We're a private equity firm based in West Palm Beach. We have a private equity control strategy and the lending strategy where I sit. We're typically looking to invest in companies with EBITDA of $5 to $30 million, deal sizes of $20 to $100 million per transaction. And we do a lot in healthcare, a lot in consumer, a lot in financial services, and we are wide open for business. We've got a lot of capital. I am a Michigan alum. I'm also a Notre Dame alum. I have to disclose that because that's
quite the hybrid.
I'm a little bit psychopathic, but the Michigan Network's been great to me, and you've been great, and I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to having a chance to dive in deeper and continue finding ways to work with each other.
Great, definitely welcome that. So, how do you reflect on 2020?
So. Doubling down is the thing I got to tell you. For me, the game changer was in March. I feared I was going to lose my job. I lost my job in the last financial crisis, and I had done some restaurant deals that weren't looking so hot in March and April. And so thought, I better start acting like I need to earn my job back. I also started thinking about potentially shorting the market in April, which you can imagine how that would have gone. But I kind of convinced myself to focus on my day job and double down, and managed to have a really strong year thanks to my incredible team, and we found a way to to stay active through this, and it's taught me that how much I enjoy the work and how much I enjoy my partners and the community. So it's really I am incredibly blessed that COVID was good to me in the sense that it was a kick in the butt and got me back into the game in a way that maybe never been in my career. So it's been fun.
Wow, it's inspiring. So then taking that mojo into 21, how do you see 21?
Yeah, I think 21 is going to be a big year in the industry. I think there's going to be a ton of M&A activity. There's so much dry powder from private equity to direct lending to SPACs. There's so much money that needs to go to work this year. And then you've got huge pent-up demand, companies that wanted to sell last year that couldn't or had to defer the process. So I think it's going to be a really big M&A year. And I think I'm a little bit worried about the back half of the year, that there could be some turbulence in the back half of the year. But I think the first half looks like the party is going to continue. And, we're here to help and contribute and try to continue building relationships.
Great. Now let's switch gears. Other than making money, what are your philanthropic goals and focus?
Yeah, so I think over the last few years, I've become increasingly focused on the growing inequality, and in particular the lower class that's being left behind, especially the inner city and urban. And stating the obvious, COVID has exacerbated that incredibly. And so I'm committed to finding ways to engage. I'm working, I have a small group I work with that's helping me kind of figure out what's the best way to use my lever and my network to help these people that have been left behind by our economy and by our society. So I think there's I'm a huge believer that it's not too late, and more importantly, they need the help and they deserve it. And I think I'm looking forward to kind of digging in and making a dent.
Great. Well, let us be a lever, your network, and a way to make a bigger dent. We'll come back to you on that. We'd like to collaborate on that level.
Thank you.
And then how can we help you, Dan Lee, or Comvest, or both?
So look, I'd love to see deals, for sure. Professionally, I am bigger picture. I am more focused philanthropically over the next 15 to 20 years. I'm far too, I'm nowhere near position to retire, so don't get me wrong, I'll be working for a while, but I do want to start making sure I feel good about what I leave behind when I'm gone, or at least feeling like I left it on the field. So I would say that philanthropically, I'd love to hear from people that have something they're trying to accomplish, and see if I can help them, and then get more engaged. So from deal flow to good causes, I am wide open for business.
By the way, quick plug. Next week we have an inner city beneficiary. We're teaming with Steve Young and Jerry Rice for their 8 to 80s East Palo Alto zone, among other zones, giving underprivileged youth access to get into the tech and media worlds. The roadmaps, giving them the footing. Then I guess it's the one word for 2021. What's your one word?
Opportunity.
Good word.
Yeah, I think it's there. I think it's going to be, unfortunately, ironically, I think the first half of the year is going to be really challenging from a health and societal standpoint. I think the markets probably are okay, and then it almost inverses in the back half of the year. I think I'm worried about markets in the second half, but I'm optimistic that will start to reopen in some capacity towards the third quarter, and I think it's going to be just so much fun to be able to get people back together again and allow people to socialize and fraternize and be together in a careful and conscientious way. But man, we're dying for it, right? So it's gonna be good.
Well, good.